Hello and welcome to CoreTV News on the hour. My name is Omotayo Alo. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, has handed down a 3-month deadline to officers and men with pot bellies to trim down or face the consequences. He handed down the directive at an early morning route march exercise organized for the Nigerian Army personnel in Abuja. Buratai, who led over 1,000 soldiers in the exercise, expressed concerns over the physical fitness of many officers and men, especially as they face the challenge of combating terrorism. He revealed that he is keen on ensuring that all army personnel are fit and ready to protect the territorial integrity of the nation.
That Nigerian Army some time ago instituted a committee to review the recent disciplinary cases in the service, especially of those soldiers in the defunct Operation Zaman Lafia, the aim of which was to ensure discipline, regimentation, and justice in the system. The committee has concluded its sitting last week and has made certain recommendations that led to the reinstatement of 3,032 soldiers into the Nigerian Army out of 5,000 cases that were reviewed. The reinstated soldiers have shown their total readiness to be relaunched back into the theater to combat the insurgency and have now commenced training at the Nigerian Army Training Center, Kontagora, Niger State. This training is to reorient affected soldiers and prepare them for this closing stage of the operational aspect of the counter-insurgency operations with more weapons and new leadership.
The Nigerian Army has formally reinstated over 3,000 out of 5,000 officers and men that were tried over offences committed in the course of the war against insurgency. This, it says, is part of steps to shore up the fighting force with a view to meeting the 3-month deadline handed down by President Muhammad Buhari on the end of Boko Haram insurgency. Acting spokesman for the Army, Colonel Sani Usman, said at a news conference in Abuja that reinstated soldiers have commenced training and retraining in preparation for a return to the front line. Paya Samuel reports.
This is not the first time that the army authorities are promising to end insurgency in the country. But this time they appear more determined to take out Boko Haram within the time frame set by President Buhari. The army spokesman says the renewed commitment is a fallout of the synergy between the army and the Air Force.
I would like to acknowledge the commendable role the Nigerian Air Force plays in the fight against terrorism and insurgency in our great nation, and also with sister services and other security agencies. It is on record that we have a very close cooperation and coordination of military offensive against the terrorists between the Nigerian Air Force and the Nigerian Army.
And to ensure that the 3-month deadline is achieved, the Army has recalled 3,032 soldiers tried and dismissed for various offenses allegedly committed in the course of the war against insurgency. The reinstated soldiers are undergoing training to prepare them for what the Army says is the closing stage of the operational aspect of the counter-insurgency operations.
You will also recall that Nigerian Army some time ago instituted a committee to review the recent disciplinary cases in the service, especially of those soldiers in the defunct Operation Zaman Lafia. The committee has concluded its sitting last week and has made certain recommendations that led to the reinstatement of 3,032 soldiers into the Nigerian Army out of 5,000 cases that were reviewed.
The Army admits it still has some operational challenges, but revealed that it has been getting vital information from the public, which have enhanced the war against Boko Haram.
We would like to reiterate, or rather assure, the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and indeed the good people of our great nation, that we will definitely meet up with the 3-month deadline and do the nation proud.
Only a few days ago, the army announced that troops have retaken the border town of Gambarungala, but it is also admitting that there are still pockets of towns under the Boko Haram control. The army authorities insist that those territories will soon be claimed by the troops. Pius Samuel, CoreTV News, Abuja.
President Muhammad Buhari and Vice President Yemi Osinbajo on Thursday made public details of their assets, which they have declared to the Code of Conduct Bureau. According to a statement by the President's Senior Special Assistant, Media and Publicity, Gabashio, on Thursday, the President has about 30 million naira in his only one bank account with Union Bank PLC, while the Vice President has a balance of 94 million naira and $94,000. Buhari's assets consist of houses in his hometown, Daura, Kano, Kaduna, and Abuja, as well as his farm in Daura. The President equally declared his investment in Berger Paints and landed property in Kano and Port Harcourt. The statement stated that Vice President Osinbajo's assets included houses in VGC and Ikoyi in Lagos, Redemption Camp Mowe in Ogun State, and the Mortgage House in the United Kingdom. The Vice President also listed some executive vehicles and shares in a few companies. President Muhammad Buhari has approved the appointment of Rahman Adeola Ipaye as Deputy Chief of Staff and Laolu Akonde as Senior Special Assistant Media and Publicity in the Presidency. The two new appointees will work in the office of the Vice President. Ipaye is the immediate past Attorney General of Lagos State. He studied at the University of Lagos, where he graduated with a BA Honours degree in History in 1984 and has a LLB Honours and LLM in 1991. He is a Fellow of the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria and the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, respectively. Laolu Akonde graduated from the University of Ibadan in 1990 with an honours degree in history and a master's degree in communication and language arts in 1992. Akonde taught at the State University of New York at Stony Brook and also Suffolk County Community College in Long Island, New York between 2002 and 2015. Ipaye and Akonde have been working with Vice President Osinbajo since the inception of the present administration. Nigeria and its neighbors, Sao Tome and Principe, are set to review activities and management of the Joint Development Authority, as well as intensify collaboration in fighting insecurity and piracy in the Gulf of Guinea. President Muhammad Buhari and his counterpart, Patrice Trovoada, made the commitment during a brief meeting at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. A statement signed by the presidential spokesman, Gabashio, revealed that the review, which may hold in 2016, will focus on enhanced security for greater economic stability in both countries and the region at large. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo says the impacts of government's effort in the development and promotion of small and medium-scale enterprises in the country must be clear and measurable. The Vice President added that this is the only way massive funding can be attracted to fund small and medium-scale businesses from investors and banks. He spoke during a brief session in his office by the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, SMEDEN, led by its Director General, Baton Basari. Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike and the PDPs have opposed the decision to replace the chairman of the State Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Abuja with another judge. Justice Muazu Pindiga was on Thursday replaced with Justice Ambrosa Sulaiman on the orders of the President of Appeal Court, Justice Zainab Bokachua. But Defense Counsel Emmanuel Ukala raised an objection on the grounds that his client was not informed about the change. Counsel for the petitioner Akinolu Jimi did not oppose the replacement of Pindiga. Justice Sulaiman overruled the objection of the Defense Counsel and went ahead to hear testimony of 8 witnesses called by the petitioner.
It had happened in the past that even a whole tribunal was disbanded and nothing happened. So you cannot begin to question why the sole authority under the Constitution decided to change the leadership of the tribunal.
As the allegations of corruption continue to drill the administration of former Governor Babatunde Fashola, the man in the eye of the storm, Fashola says, is ready to give account of all decisions of the state government under his watch. Fashola stated this while delivering a lecture titled Nigerian Political Class and the Citizens' Quest for Good Governance at the 16th Mike Okonkwo Annual Lecture in Lagos. Abiola Oluwole was there and he tells us more.
The recent publication allegedly found on the website of the Lagos State government claiming that former Governor Babatunde Fashola expended 79 million naira on a personal website and over 100 million naira on seeking 2 boreholes at the State House have continued to generate reactions from different quarters. Though this event was aimed at delivering a lecture on the state of the nation by Fashola, it turned out to be an avenue for the former governor to explain some decisions of his administration. Fashola expressed readiness to defend all actions taken by his government. He, however, says he would only respond if such allegations are channeled through appropriate quarters.
Accountability. I don't know how you expect me to account on the pages of newspapers. That is not the place to account.
The former governor says public outcry led to the enactment of the Lagos State Traffic Law. He also denied running an anti-people government while in office.
Our opponents joined the chorus in what I call a deceitful act of double speed, because many of their states at the time had done the same thing without even the benefit of a law. They deliberately christened a restriction of 5.6% of roads as a ban. But let us look at the result of the policy. The 15 monthly deaths dropped first to 3 per month, later to 1 per month, and later there were no reported deaths by motorcycle in Lagos for the whole of 2014.
For his part, the presiding bishop of the Redeemed Evangelical Mission, Mike Okonkwo, in whose honor the event was organized, urged the political class to always do their best at impacting the lives of the general populace. The annual lecture is part of activities lined up to celebrate the 78th birthday of Bishop Okonkwo. Abiola Oluwole, CoreTV News, Lagos.
A Kaduna-based human rights organization, the Centrum Initiative for Development and Fundamental Rights Initiative, has raised a 48-hour ultimatum to Governor Nasir El-Rufai to sack his Special Advisor in Investment Promotion, Jimmy Lawal. The group urges the man on claims that the governor's aide is on the wanted list of the United States. Chairman of the group, John Danfulani, said at a news conference that he would mobilize a mass protest if the governor fails to act after 48 hours.
Government that came through a puritanical stand that she is the most sincere, she's credible, she's more sincere than any other government, and people gave them mandates. So if you came in through a clean slip that you are walking saints, we see no reason why some of the appointees of the governor are characters that are wanted in some countries in the world. Example of his special assistant on investment, Jimmy Lawal. A simple Google now on the name Jimmy Lawal, you give you over 1,000 links. And of those 1,000 links, none of the links is carrying a credible report that he has done something good. It's either he is wanted in America, it's either he has bankrupted Alpha Merchant Bank, it's either the Senate committee are looking for him because of the role he played during the sales of houses. So how can you tell us that you are Mr. Clean? You are credible people. So how can you tell me that you are clean and you're working with those characters? What if we have an investment now to promote in America, and the special advisor on investment promotion is needed in US to go and sign people, how will Jimmy Lawal be there?
We take a break now and we'll be back with more. Stay with us.
Some pundits believe that as long as the political system is driven by selected few, corruption may be difficult to fight.
You should be careful about what you say.
I am not the only politician. Even if I've wronged anyone, it is time to forgive me.
Political Arena every Sunday at 9:15 p.m. and a repeat broadcast every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m.
Welcome, and if you're just joining us, it's CoreTV News on the Hour. For more of our news and information, visit our social media platform, facebook.com/CoreTV News, our Twitter handle at CoreTV News NG. You can get more on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/CoreTV with the space and news. Inspector General of Police Solomon Arashi is directing all police commands and formations to stop the use of commercial vehicles for operations and patrol duties. Police spokesperson Olabisi Kolawole disclosed this in a statement issued in Abuja. She noted that the directive had since been circulated to all police formations and commands across the country. The police spokesperson explained that the IGP's decision was as a result of regular complaints by members of the public, as well as the negative consequences of such practices. The police also warned that any units which disregard the directive would face severe sanctions. The Department of State Services has compulsorily retired 15 senior officials, including 2 directors. A signal from the leadership of the security agency named former DSS spokesperson Marilyn Oga and as one of the affected persons. Until her retirement, Oga was removed from a previous promotion and later lost the promotion she and 44 others were given last March on the grounds that it was contrary to a long-standing policy of promoting deserving staff at the end of each year. She was promoted to deputy director in the aftermath of a commendation by former President Goodluck Jonathan, who was impressed by a public enlightenment initiative on anti-terrorism. There were reports that she was to be deployed to Maiduguri, but this was never confirmed by the DSS management. With the emergence of the new commandants, the National Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, Imo State Command seem to have recorded some achievement recently. Pedro Ideba, who is just 2 months old as commandant, in an interview with CoreTV News, relates the achievement of the Corps under his leadership. Imo State correspondent Ajibade Officer has the details in this report.
NSCDC Imo State Command claims it has recorded commendable achievements in just 2 months.
First and foremost, we discovered that a tipping truck, this tipping truck that was supposed to convey chippings, sand, gravels for building construction. You know, hoodlums now turn the tipping trucks to the conveying petroleum product. They load them inside there, and of course, after loading the product, you now put sand on top or put chippings on top. If they are passing, you think these people are passing with sand or they are passing with chipping. So my surveillance men catch on that opportunity. We arrested one first at Mbano, and we also arrested some 2 suspects. The owner right now has also been arrested. He's in custody. He's waiting prosecution. The truck is outside.
One of the command conquests is the arrest of a woman who has been engaging in illegal oil business using dangerous chemicals to produce diesel in a residential area unknown to the people living there.
The arrest that is breaking the camel back, that is arrest we made at Aladima, 21 Olokoro Street, Aladima Extension, here in the city of Owerri, just immediately after Yusu. We discovered that a residential apartment is being used for illicit commercial activity of illegally dealing on petroleum products. In fact, it is unheard of to see that a product of a petroleum product is being marketed in a densely populated commercial city inside the heart of the city, and nobody is talking. And of course, that kind of product, apart from the economic nature is given to this great country, is also hazardous. Is not safe for people to even live around. Is highly inflammable.
He attributed the achievement of his command to the acceptance from the good people of the states as well as the state governments.
Working environment, we've been welcomed by the people of Imo State, and of course we're also being encouraged by the good government in place. That is His Excellency the Governor of Imo State, the Executive Governor Owele Okorocha, who also ensuring that security are being encouraged. He's supporting us seriously in doing the job.
Ideba also called on the general public not to engage in panic buying. He said on no account should anyone store the premium motor spirit, knowing the danger involved. Ajibade Awofeso, CoreTV News, Owerri.
We take a break now and we'll be back with stories from outside Nigeria. Stay tuned.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then news. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
And on the foreign scene, as pressure mounts on the United Kingdom to take more of those fleeing to Europe from Syria, the Prime Minister has said the UK will fulfill its moral responsibilities. Earlier, Scotland's First Minister Nicola Sturgeon accused the government of working by attitude. Calls for the UK to do more intensified on Thursday after the picture of the dead boy on the beach sparked an outcry over the human cost of the crisis. An online petition calling on the UK to accept more refugees raised through the 100,000 threshold, meaning it is now eligible to be more considered for a debate in the Parliament. David Cameron is expected to allow thousands more Syrian refugees to resettle in the UK. The extra refugees are expected to come from UN camps bordering Syria and not from among people already in Europe. The Prime Minister has previously said accepting more people was not the simple answer to the worsening humanitarian crisis. Laura Cruikshank said Downing Street had found itself behind the curve amid public and media reaction to the UK's position. The Prime Minister, who is currently in Lisbon for talks with his Portuguese counterpart, is expected to set out more details later before travelling to Madrid for discussions with the Spanish Prime Minister. And it's a wrap on CoreTV News at this hour. Thank you so very much for joining us. My name is Omotayo Alo. Bye for now.